Alright, and welcome back to Don't Think, Just Charge. My name's Ed, and today I am joined by my lovely wife, Katrin. She hasn't been on the channel for a little while, and she won't be appearing on camera because I have to be the most gorgeous person on this channel. Sorry, Dave. So today we are going to be doing some Infinity, and it's going to be a super kind of casual thing. As you can see, the Mohawk's floppy. So yeah, the rules are out towards the end of November, start of December, and until then we've got the quick start rules, which just go over the simple version of the game, the kind of mechanics that are why I love the game so much, everything that I think is unique and interesting about it. So I thought, in case you don't know what Infinity is, maybe you're a bit interested, we would just go through the quick start with the profiles that we have and get straight into it, really. As always, thank you for your engagement so far. If you do like this, and especially if you want to see more Infinity, because I really want to do more Infinity, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Let me know what factions you want to see, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay.
Click that bell! Ding, 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 ding!
Here we are with a very simple little battlefield, and we have 3 models on each side. These guys are the Keisotsu, or however you say it, from the Japanese Secessionist Army. They're the newest faction. This guy's here, you can't see that all that well, but never mind. And then we have the Fusiliers from the Pan-Oceania. So you've got 1, 2, and the other guy is round there. There they are. There are obviously rules for deployment and stuff, but as this is the quick start, it does go into that, but we're just going to start kind of on the board and go from there. So the very first thing we're going to do is count our models, and they each contribute an order to the order pool. So in this case, it's very simple. Each side has 3 orders. If you're happy, I'll do the first turn, and then it gives you an example.
Yeah, I think that would probably be best, being as how I have no idea what's going on. This game has an active player and a reactive player. It's kind of got that I go, you go kind of thing. However, there's reactions during the other player's turn, which is, in my opinion, sometimes even more stuff to do during the other person's turn than a strict kind of alternating activation system. So we'll get into that in a second. So I have 3 soldiers. They have given me 3 orders. In this game, you can spend those orders on any soldier. So you could have one big, crazy, awesome person who just takes all the orders. And I think this is really cool because it represents the kind of futuristic battlefield where everyone's kind of relaying orders to each other, and maybe people are just getting into positions to allow one trooper to take up a more advantageous position. It's really cool. Here's how it goes then. I'm going to expend 1 order down to 2. And I'm going to choose one of my guys. So I've got these ones here, and I've got the dude in the building here. So when you spend an order, you have either 1 long skill. Those are more in depth and they're not involved in the quick start, so we don't need to worry about them. Things like suppressive fire, climbing, stuff like that. But then also the main thing you're going to be doing is the short skills. You have basic short skills, which are usually a movement. You can do 2 of those, and you have normal short skills, which are shooting and your basic stuff like that. And those can be done once per turn. So you can combine a basic short skill and a basic short skill, or a basic short skill and a short skill. The way it works is I declare my first short skill, which in this case is going to be to move his first movement value. All troops in this game have 2 numbers for their movement, so it'll be a number dash a number. In this case, these guys are fairly lightly armored, so they have a 4-4, which means I can use my first skill to go 4, and if I use my second skill to move again, they go 4. Heavier troops sometimes have 4-2, so a run isn't quite as good for them. Okay, so once I've declared my first skill, now you get to have a little look and see if any of your guys have line of fire and are in the front arc of their troops. Front arc is the 180 degrees in their front arc, and line of fire is anything unobstructed. So you can double check, maybe he can see, maybe not. Don't think so. I think he's strategically hidden himself behind a bin.
Cool. So then this person is just going to carry on their 4 inches up. I don't think he should be in line of sight.
No, I don't think so.
Cool. And that is one of my orders expended. I'm going to spend another order, so I've got 1 left. This guy is going to come 4 round to here. I don't think anyone can see him. And then 4 up to there. This person is going to run up to here. And now I think you can double check, but your person over behind the vent here might have got line of sight. If you want to like just have a quick look if you can see her head from the angle that they would have gone.
I think they can probably see.
I think so. Awesome.
A tiny the hair on their head.
The hair on their heads.
No hawk on their noggin.
Still counts. Okay, so
Just gonna be sniping a haircut.
Okay, exactly. Awesome. Yeah, lucky it wasn't this one because they're bald. Okay, so the trooper has moved out here. That's their first short skill, their basic short skill to do a move. They've done 4 inches and gone into cover here. However, your guy has now spotted them and you get to declare what's called an ARO, an automatic reaction order. It's worth saying at this point, if you had people maybe, I don't know, here and here and here, all over the place, any amount of troops can declare an ARO. So sometimes you might want to set up field of fire.
Automatic reactive order.
Reaction order, yeah.
Reaction.
You have some choices now. Your guy can either start blasting, or if they think I'm going to declare a shoot, they can try and get out of the way of it. Both of them are going to be what's called a face-to-face roll, where we roll against our values and one will beat the other. Either one is a good for the example. What would you like to do?
Let's go.
Just start blasting?
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Okay. The way it works is I declare my short skill, you declare your ARO, I then declare my second skill.
I do declare.
I do declare.
I do declare.
And any short skills that require rolls are now done as face-to-face rolls. Everything that takes place within this order is considered to be happening simultaneously.
You have just said a lot of words quite quickly there. So just to recap,
yep.
You get per order, you get like 2 actions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 short skills they're called, or 1 long skill. We're not going to go into that right now.
2 short skills. So here you've done 1 short skill,
which was to move. Yeah.
Because you're a lunatic, you've put your guy in sight of my guy.
Yep.
And that means that I get to react.
Exactly.
Before you get to do your next short skill.
Exactly. So you declare your reaction, and then I declare my next short skill.
Okay.
And then they're all, any rolling, anything that happens that's conflicting with each other are considered to be simultaneous.
Cool. And my ARO, my advanced reaction order.
Automatic reaction order.
I was so happy that you'd remembered. On getting reaction rather than reactive that I missed the automatic reaction order here. So I'd have like 2 choices: try and get somewhere safe, or take the hair off her chinny chin chin.
Exactly.
Cool beans. Right? Yeah, let's go.
First of all, our guys are all armed with combi rifles. They're like the basic weapon of this thing. First thing we need to do is measure. I'm going to measure the distance, 12 inches. So our combi rifles have range bands. Some things have, like sniper rifles, have a much better longer ranges. Obviously, pistols are quite short range. These things have a +3 to our ballistic skill when within 16 inches. So we're both a +3 to whatever our ballistic skill is.
Cool.
These rifles also have a B. So the profile, I'll flash it up on screen, has a B of 3. That's their burst. So that means
B of 3.
A B3.
B3. So that means that they've got a burst fire of 3.
Of 3. So they get 3 dice when they shoot.
Cool.
However, in the reactive turn, your burst always goes down to 1, barring like specific rules.
Wow.
And stuff. I did say they'd be a bit less effective. But my guys are space samurai, so they're a little bit worse at shooting, a little bit better at close combat. So I have a ballistic skill of 11, which means I need to get 11 or less to get a success.
With 3 dice.
With 3 dice.
3 dice, you need to get 11 or less.
11 or less. It's always high values are good, low rolls are good. Okay, cool. So my ballistic skill was 11, and the range for the combi rifle under 16 inches gives me a +3 to that. So I needed a 14 or less. So awesome. So a 1, an 8, and a 10. And now you're trying to roll your ballistic skill plus the range bonus. Awesome. Right. Yep, your ballistic skill was 12. The range modifier is +3, so you needed a 15 or less. And
Success.
Yeah, that's going to give some people motion sickness.
Yeah.
Right, so
you just edit around it.
Yeah, probably won't. In this game, Anything that you beat...
Stop making me laugh, because that's not going to help the wobble on the camera.
In this game, anytime you're lower than someone else's, you cancel it out. So for example, in this case, if this had been a 9, it would have cancelled out those and those, but then this 10 would have cancelled out that, so meaning only one thing hit. Because you rolled higher than any of mine, yours, whatever you rolled, a 12 or something, 13, cool. 13. Yours cancels out all of mine, and you get the hit through. Your shot has come off before.
Unlucky for you.
Unlucky for this poor fella.
Oh, that's not her face, that's her hair. I was like, I zoomed in and was like, what is wrong with her face? Why does she look like that Jesus that, you know, that person that restored?
Oh yeah,
it's because it's her hair, not her face.
The other fun thing about this system is, as you remember I was saying before about everything is considered to be happening simultaneously.
Yeah.
What that means is my person has ran over here. And the way cover works in this is if something's obscuring you visually and you're in contact with it. So here I would get cover, here I would get cover. However, I can say for any range purposes, anything like that, that I can be shooting while I'm here. However, you can say that you were shooting me as I was on my way through. So anywhere along my journey that gives you the range advantage.
So like literally she's come around the corner and I've gone snip.
Exactly, yeah. Snip. Exactly, a good old snip. So yeah, so that means I could say now I have cover, but while I was in the middle of my move, I didn't have any cover. The combi rifle has a PS value of 7. That stands for possibility of survival. In this is the one time where a value of a stat is better when it's lower, because that's a lower possibility for survival. So
yeah,
I am trying to roll, and I'm rolling my possibility of survival plus my armor value, the ARM on the trooper. The Kizutsu has an armor of 1, quite lightly armored, which means I now need to get 7 plus 1, so 8 or lower. Cover would add 3 to that, but obviously you've said they're shooting while they were in the middle of that, so there's no cover. So it would be 11, but now it's only 8.
Roll it in that section. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Nope, I have failed. So basically, for everyone, if one of us had hit with multiple, I'd have to roll multiple armor and take the amount of wounds for how many I failed. Because I failed 1, I have taken 1 wound. Each trooper has a vitality, a VITA, vitality stat. Most of these basic guys just have 1. It's rare that you get like anything with higher on these kind of basic dudes. So that means if I take the equal amount of wounds to that, I'm unconscious. If I take over that, I'm just outright dead. Unconscious troops can be like revived sometimes and stuff with medkits. Won't happen in this game. So I'm going to just put this there to show that they're unconscious. Oh no! And that is that person that is considered in a null state, which is immobilized, unconscious, dead. Basically, they're not going to be contributing orders, and they can't really do anything unless they're revived or anything like that. And that is all my activations done. So now I'll let you have your turn. So now we'll be at the start of your turn. We'd go 3 orders for you. You have 1, 2, and 3 dudes. What do you want to do?
So, just to clarify, because you just said, is she can be revived?
Only if you have like a med kit or a specific thing. There's in this base game, there's nothing. None of the guys are going to be doing anything. So unfortunately, she's pretty much out of it, isn't she? Yeah, she's effectively dead.
I'm just gonna like pop him, so he can see out the window. And
so the good thing about this is, even if I get hits off, you'll have been in cover the whole way, so I wouldn't get to ignore the cover.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So you declare your first thing as a move. I then get to decide whether this guy is going to try and get out of the way or try and shoot back. And I think there's no reason not to just shoot back, really. So, yeah, awesome. So you have a combi rifle. You have a burst of 3.
Yep.
We're clearly within 16 inches, so we're on our +3. Ballistic skill of 12 goes up to a 15. So if you want to roll your 3 dice.
Okay.
3 dices.
My 3 dices.
Your 3 dices.
15s or under.
15s or under.
5, 3, 18. So that's 2 successes.
Awesome. So
1 non-success.
my burst is 1. I need to get a 14 or under. Okay.
Oh, you absolute.
All of these are successes. Obviously, I got a 9, which is higher than the 5 and the 3, so they cancel each other out. So now, again, we have the same situation as on my turn, where your person has to make an armor roll.
Okay.
Your guys have very similar stats in terms of what damage they can take. They have a vitality of 1, so they can only take 1 wound before going unconscious, and an armor of 1. The possibility of survival for the combi rifle is 7. Your armor is 1, and you have a +3 from cover.
So I need to get 11 or less.
11 or less to survive this hit.
7 + 1 + 3. 11.
Exactly.
Cool, cool, cool. Yay!
Whoa. So, that means your guy is okay, and that's the end of that activation. We've both blasted each other, but mine pinged off the walls, I guess. And you have 2 orders left.
Okay, so on my second order, I'm going to use my first short skill to just go whee to try and take out that dude.
After the declaration of the first short skill, I'm going to check for any automatic reaction orders. And as before, I can check for any troopers that might have it. So I know that this guy here can see that because that is very clear. Then I've got this guy who I can just get down and check. But this guy is still kind of behind the barrels from them, so the crates. And then this person, I think, is probably a bit, very, very much behind this wall. So,
not her, because she's unconscious.
Oh yeah, she is, yeah.
But
rip in peace.
Rip in peace.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to try and like make my way up a little bit. Maybe this person is, I mean, they're not amazing in melee, so I probably wouldn't normally in a game, but I'm going to try and get them. If I declare a dodge as my ARO, then I get to move 2 inches, but only if it's successful. So how it works now is I'm declaring a dodge, thinking that you're probably going to shoot at that person.
Wow.
Which is probably...
I wasn't just poking my head around to say, hello, hello, Jack.
Yeah. But in the normal game, this is kind of part of the fun strategy of it, where maybe I declare a dodge and you weren't planning on shooting them anyway, so I get my 2-inch movement, but you've gone off and done something else. So I declare a dodge. What are you going to do as your second short skill?
I'm going to shoot.
Of course. Right, so now it is a face-to-face roll, and it is exactly the same as before, except now I'm using my physique, my pH on the trooper profile, which is a 10. So if you want to make your roll to shoot him.
Okay. So
and
again,
as we know,
15
ballistic skill 12, range of 3.
I don't know why I want to make your life harder.
But you always do.
I do. Oh, yeah. 14, 6, 3. They've all gone off.
Awesome. Right. So this will be a glaring, awesome example because now my physique is a 10. So I have to roll a 10 or less. But obviously, I'm never going to be able to get lower than a 10 and higher than a 14. Those are not how numbers work. But if I can get exactly a 10, it's considered a critical, and then I do count as passing. So I need basically a 10, or I mean I could get higher than some of them to cancel those out. However, 15 is an out-and-out fail.
Uh-oh.
Just for the example, say I had got a 10, that would mean I beat your things, your shots don't go through, and I would get to move 2 inches or go prone if I'm near cover, anything like that. So
what, you can just lie down on the floor?
Yeah.
You can just go, nope.
Well, in this case that wouldn't matter because you're elevated so you can still see me, so actually he's just lying there still getting shot at, really. So it wouldn't have made a difference, but like
he's just decided to lay down and die.
So like, for example, if your guy was getting shot at now, he could go prone and then you only count as the height of your base.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to get line of sight at all.
Yeah.
I haven't moved. I am still in cover because I'm in contact with something that's blocking me. Little railing there is still giving me some cover. So armor of 1, possibility of survival 7, cover 3. So I need an 11 or less on all of these. Come on, guy. Nah, it's 13. So these ones passed. Yoink, yoink. However, that one failed.
Fail.
So this guy's taken a wound, and now he is also unconscious.
Can I move the same person twice?
Yeah. The order pool is not exclusive to any particular trooper. You could use every single order for the same trooper in a turn if you wanted.
So I think he's just gonna...
Yeah.
Boop.
So because he's already in position, he can declare his first short skill as shooting.
Yeah.
And then whatever happens here, he's free to go off and carry on moving somewhere else later.
Or shoot again.
No, you can't. So with the same activation, you can only do one short skill. You can do any number of basic short skills, which are like your movement skills.
Right.
So you couldn't just keep blasting.
Okay. So I can move and move.
Or move and
shoot. Move and like
whatever
dodge. But I can't.
Well, a dodge is a move, so that would be...
So one of my non-basic skills, just shooting.
Shooting, and then when you get into attacking, when you get into the advanced stuff, there's like hacking, like things like that require kind of actual stuff. Basically, it's basically like a move is a... So
anything that involves brain power.
Anything that involves kind of doing something. Yeah, exactly.
But if I'm just mindlessly running around, I can do as...
Yeah, if you're just waving your arms in the air, just running around.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay. So, is your first short skill going to be to shoot then?
I'm going to shoot.
Awesome. Well, we saw how dodging worked out last time, so I am going to shoot back.
Shoot back, shoot back,
cool.
Shoot back, shoot
so,
back.
we already know the range is involved and everything. Your ballistic skill is 12, range is +3.
Okay, so that's a better roll, isn't it? Because they're slightly higher successes.
Exactly.
So that's you're less likely to beat both of those.
Yeah. Okay, and so again, I need 11 + 3, so 14.
Oh, so close.
So I didn't beat any of them because I didn't pass my roll, which means I need to make 2 armor saves. Once again, cover plus armor plus possibility of survival. We already know this math because we've said it 5 times already. 11 or less. Oh, okay, so I did 1.
Oh.
But I failed the other one, so now this person also goes unconscious. Yeah.
Okay.
On my next turn, obviously I would pretty much just lost this because everyone's dead. But say like he'd survived on my next turn, I'd only get 1 order, obviously, because I only have 1 trooper in an active state.
Right. Okay. So although the orders are based on the number of troops that you have available to move, that doesn't mean that you have to move 1 per order.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's just based on your available pool of people. So if you had 5 people, you'd get 5 orders. Yeah. But you could just use 1 guy to just run around.
And it's like a thing some people do. They make lists where they have all these cheap people and one dude who's like super armored, armed to the teeth, just runs around. Then obviously it's risky because if they get blasted down, then you're left with just a load of mooks. And in my next turn, I would have no orders. If someone survived, I have that many orders, and we'd carry on this way. And obviously there's objectives, there's like things to hack, there's different ways of kind of scoring points. And that is the game.